Hello everyone. In today's video you are going to learn the only 3 tricks and tips you need to know to reach 1000 ELO. The early queen attacks. You must know how to deal with early queen attacks to skip the beginner level. It starts after e4, e5, and queen to h5. White is trying to attack these 2 weak pawns. And most of the beginners will play knight to f6 trying to attack the queen. But it's wrong. Because it blunders the pawn on e5. Instead you should play knight to c6 to defend the pawn on e5. And black will play bishop to c4 trying to checkmate black. And again you should not play knight to f6. Because you will get checkmated. Instead, you should play pawn to g6 to kick the queen away. And then play knight to f6. So the queen won't see your f7 pawn. Now white should play normal developing moves like knight to c3, d3, and bishop to g5. But if they try to get stupidly aggressive by playing g4 and g5, to kick the knight and then checkmate you, then you should play d4, blocking the white bishop from seeing your pawn on f7. And then if they take, you play knight to e4 forking the queen and the pawn on c2. Then you just take the pawn and you are totally winning in this position. Don't play more than 3 games a day. Instead of playing 10 games in a row and dropping your ELO, try to solve more chess puzzles and tactics. And just play 2 or 3 games a day to see your progress. And you will be able to focus more on your games. And try to analyze your games after playing them, to find your mistakes and weak spots. And I suggest that you learn the basics of the openings like the Italian game and the London system. And learning some gambits would be effective as a beginner like the Vienna and the King's Gambit. And as a beginner I suggest that you don't go so deep into the openings. You just need to learn the first 5 or 6 moves and understand the opening so you can continue on your own. Understand the basic endgames. The opposition. It is when the 2 kings are fighting for these 3 squares. And if it was white to play, then it's a draw. Because the black king will keep an eye on the 3 squares that the white king needs to control. The white king won't be able to secure the 3 squares in front of the pawn. So it is going to be a draw. But if it was black to play, then it is a winning position for white. Black will never be able to get into the front of the pawn. Theoretical checkmating patterns. Queen versus king checkmate. This one is very simple. You just need to be aware of the stalemates. You have to put your queen on a square that looks like an L for the king. And then just copy the king's moves. But you need to be aware of this stalemate. You have to put your queen one square further. And then bring your king. Rook versus king checkmate. You just need to put the black king in a square and keep making that square smaller and smaller. Until the king is in the corner. And you should keep bringing the king closer to help the rook. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.